I said unto him, what be these two olive branches which through the golden pipes, now pay attention, through the golden pipes empty the golden oil out of themselves? Now, what he's seeing here is that these two olive trees are actually feeding the candlestick with a continuous flow of olive oil. This is very important because, back in the Old Testament, this was to keep the lamps lit. They always had to have a constant supply of oil. And it was a very tedious job for the priests to keep this candlestick lit. I'm going to go to, here's a picture. Here's that picture again. As you can see here, I'm going to try to highlight some areas, there we go. As you can see here, the candlesticks, the oil flows, now see right up here, the olives, right from the olive trees into the bowl, all the way into all the lamps. It's a continuous flow of oil, a continuous flow of energy, a continuous flow of God's Holy Spirit. And that's what we're supposed to see here. Now, we'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. First, I'm going to go back to Leviticus chapter 24, verse 1, and read some things about the candlestick so you can get an idea of what this vision is about. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure olive oil, or pure oil, olive, beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually. Okay? The idea was you could not let the lamps go out. The light had to always be burning. That's a lesson for us today. As a Christian, we should never let our lamp go out. It's supposed to always be burning. That's the priest's job, is to make sure their light is always shining. And in the new covenant era, if you're a Christian, you're a priest under the high priest, Jesus Christ. Think about that. Verse 3, without the veil of the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation shall Aaron order it from the evening unto the morning before the Lord continually. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. He shall order the lamps upon the pure candlestick before the Lord continually. All right. So it was a hard job. I mean, they had to trim the wicks, keep the oil in, clean the soot. Very laborious, but the light could not go out. You had to keep it going. But what's fascinating about this is taking the work of man kind of out of it. The two olive trees are. All right? Because God is saying, it's not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit. It's all flowing naturally by God. Now, I want you to learn something here. If you've read the book of Hebrews, you've heard us talk about it a lot. Since the Holy Spirit has come on the day of Pentecost, and since Christ fulfilled many of the requirements of the law, specifically the ceremonial laws, the church, now listen to me closely, the church needs to focus more on letting the Holy Spirit accomplish its work rather than on ritualism and religious ceremonies. Because God is, that was one of the big burdens that Christ relieved from us, that He took away, were all the ceremonial requirements of worship. Yeah, we still have Holy Communion and you still have baptism. But we're not burdened down with all of this extra religious stuff. What we're supposed to be doing is actually doing the real things that those religious ceremonies represent.